Southbound DVP from about Eglinton. Also be extra careful on the southbound DVP ramp to westbound Lawrence. Traffic spotters reporting that is very, very icy. Another Congo line of snowplows right now on the westbound Gardner. Just watching them come up to Dufferin. So you're going to find the westbound Gardner pretty backed up from about Jarvis over towards Dufferin. Also westbound QEW, we have problems approaching Huron, Ontario. Looks like the two right lanes are blocked right now because of a collision. That ramp going to Huron, Ontario is partially blocked. You can still get around, but just a minor delay, so watch out for that. Again, that's westbound QEW as you're approaching Huron, Ontario. Get ready to put on the brakes. And MTO reporting a collision northbound on the 427 on the ramp to the eastbound 401. The right lane is blocked there. On the eastbound 401, no problems that I'm spotting, but just delays. It's heaviest right now from Yonge to Markham Road, alternately express and collectors. Spending your life stuck on the 401? With Skip the Dishes, you can bypass cooking and go right to eating. Download the app or visit skipthedishes.com. You deserve great delivery. Your next traffic report is at 12:41. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Blowing and drifting snow across the GTA. We're starting to really see things rev up with this system on the radar. Different types of precipitation are starting to move through southwestern Ontario, where light snow at Pearson now feels like -12. But we're going to get into this ice pellet and freezing precipitation as we move through the afternoon and early evening. Temperatures climbing to a guaranteed high today of 0 overnight tonight, lows near -3 with still some snow. Mixed precipitation, certainly a possibility again as temperatures are really fluctuating and hovering near the freezing mark once we climb a little more throughout the day. Wednesday highs near -2 with still some flurries in the forecast and a chance of a few flurries Wednesday night with lows near -6. We are -4 at Pearson Airport. We've got a gusty wind out of the east, really hampering the visibility there right now. Your guaranteed high, 0.
680 News Time, 12:33.
Winter is going to give us just about everything today. Snow, ice pellets, some freezing rain maybe, as well as strong winds. So the 680 News Extreme Weather Center is open.
680's Irene Precklett joining us live with all the very latest weather-related issues. And hold on, Irene, hold on. What a day.
Oh, it is quite the day, and we're not even, not 1 o'clock yet. This Extreme Weather Center is brought to you by OFX, where the world's moving, and Subaru, confidence in motion. The City of Toronto joining Durham Region, saying all non-essential city services will close for the 6th. It's 2 p.m. For Durham Region, it is 1 p.m. Canada Post issuing a yellow alert for the GTA. The alert means that they're going to do their best to deliver, but there may be some delays. The message is clear from many. If you don't have to be out on the road, stay off them. Many of the, of course, looking at transit to get around. TTC spokesperson Haley Waldman says their drivers can only travel as fast as the rest of traffic.
Please allow for extra time as the weather continues to get worse. We're absolutely doing the best we can to maintain service as best as the weather allows.
So far, the LRT is open. Among the many post-secondary closures, U of T, Mississauga, and Scarborough campuses. The downtown campus closing at 4 p.m. Ryerson, York, all closed. Humber College among the colleges that are closed. Pearson Airport reporting hundreds of flight cancellations. For a complete list of everything you need to know, 680news.com. Reporting live, Irene Precklett, 680 News. If you see snow, go slow, and it definitely is a slow go on the highways. 680's Mark Douglas joins us live now from the 401 in Cambridge. Mark?
The wind have been bad enough. I mean, the snowplows out here on the 401 can barely keep on top of it all. But as we hear from OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt, the storm is now getting even worse. The ice has arrived.
And I'm getting hit right now with freezing ice pellets that are pelting me right now in my face. It is not comfortable at all. They're hitting the windshield as you're driving. It is really an ugly situation.
Sergeant Schmidt was checking in from the Burlington Skyway there, and out here on the 401 in Cambridge, we're getting those ice pellets too. You can hear them on my windows and on the door, bouncing off the door of the car here. Now, this truck driver I met out here has some pretty good advice for all the drivers out on all the GTA highways right now.
Stay in the slow lane. Don't worry about it. We're not in that much of a hurry. Although those other idiots that are deciding they got four-wheel drive and they can go anywhere.
That ain't going to work out. They're going to get a surprise.
Oh, well, I already seen about 4 accidents coming out of Toronto.
Sergeant Schmidt reminding all drivers everywhere to get their full headlight system on in this winter storm. Winter storm warnings, of course, still in effect. On the 401 in Cambridge, I'm Mark Douglas.
And we continue our coverage with all things snow with 680's Momin Qureshi, who is out in the midst of it all, and he also joins us live. Momin?
Woo, Steve, the wind is really going out here. I can see people out here trying to get as quickly as possible from point A to point B here on city sidewalks. Most of those people doing it with their head down, kind of leaning into the wind to make it through. Now, I saw Craig on the way who said, you know what, you just got to deal with it.
It's not too bad. Used to it. Canadian.
It's just part of life.
Yeah, and grew up snowmobiling, so.
We get the freedom, but the weather comes with it.
Yep, that's right.
Is that the best way to do it? I mean, we're mid-February, people have kind of had enough, but it's got to have a positive attitude.
Yeah, it could have another month still.
Oh boy, another month still. Isn't that a nice thought to keep you colder on a day like today? Reporting live on the streets of downtown, I'm Momin Qureshi.
680 News Time, 12:37. Breaking news from Toronto Police. Well, it doesn't take long to put a name to the face when millions of people have seen you on video tossing a patio chair over a condo balcony downtown. Police are not yet telling us her name, though. 680's Melissa Nikovely joining us live with the very latest. Melissa?
Yeah, that's right. Toronto police say they have found the young blonde woman at the center of the mischief endangering life investigation. Of course, that video of her tossing that chair onto the gardener went viral. Media relations officer David Hopkinson says he can just confirm police know who she is, but they're giving her a chance to turn herself in before releasing her name.
I believe they've been in contact with her or her representative. We're in the midst of trying to get her to surrender, giving her an opportunity to speak to a lawyer.
Police would not get to any details about her age or where she's from. What they did say is that they're thanking the public for their assistance in helping them figure out who she is. Reporting live, Melissa Nikovely, 680 News.
680 News Time, 12:38. And this just into 680 News. Mexican drug kingpin El Chapo has been found guilty of several drug trafficking charges. Today, the sixth day of jury deliberations in New York. The trial testimony lasted nearly 3 months, and jurors actually were tasked with deciding on at least 10 separate counts. Stay with 680 News for the latest on this developing story.
Coming up, we'll check your snowy city streets and the price of gas.
680 News Time, 12:39.
Providing news this hour
and every hour,
24/7
for 25 years.
This is 680 News.
What does your retirement look like? Traveling? Relaxing at the cottage? Pursuing your passion? Whatever you're saving for, grow your money with the CIBC RRSP Daily Interest Savings Account. With no fees and a guaranteed interest rate, make your dream retirement a reality. And to top it off, you can enjoy a 3% interest rate on new balances until March 31st, 2019. Conditions apply. Visit CIBC.com/savings for full details.
City Streets, Mississauga traffic spotters reporting the intersection of Bramalea and Derry is like a skating rink, so avoid it. And super slippery conditions eastbound York Mills, east of Don Mills. Vehicles having trouble getting up the hill. Now the 680 News gas price update. Empro predicts the price will drop a cent at midnight to 97.9.
680 News Time, 12:40.
Sometimes going far in life means stopping and enjoying where you are now.
Make the most of this. 3 payments waived. It's Rogue Mania at the Alta Nissan Group. Choose your Rogue and get your first 3 lease payments on them. Get finance rates as low as 0%, lease rates as low as 1.9%, and receive an additional $1,000 all-wheel drive cash. The Alta Nissan Group. Alta Nissan Woodbridge, Maple Nissan, Alta Nissan Richmond Hill, Stouffville Nissan, Newmarket Nissan. The intelligent all-wheel drive sales event is on now.
Journey, high flying free.
Part of the Zankin Auto Group.
680 News Time, 12:41.
Time for 680 News, traffic and weather together on the ones. A very busy Carrie Prunskis.
Well, you got it. This report is brought to you by Lexus Dealers Association. I'm on the snowplow chase, and right now I'm watching these snowplows westbound on the Gardner at Parkside. They are just slowly moving along, obviously there for a good reason, so remember to give them their space. Westbound Gardner, as a result, it's slow going from about Rogers Center over towards Parkside. Westbound on the QEW, looks looks like that problem approaching here, Ontario, has cleared away. Just be extra cautious through there. We just had a collision there, so it's still very snowy. Northbound on the 427, MTO is reporting a collision on the ramp to the eastbound 401. That's blocking the right lane. I'm not spotting any delay, though, so just watch out for that if it's still there. Westbound on the 401, traffic spotters alerting me to some snowplows making their way through Oshawa, so you'll likely find some delays in behind them. And eastbound on the 401 right now, it's not too bad. We just had some salt trucks make their way through Scarborough, so it still looks a little bit slow from approaching the 404 off and on over to about Morningside. Southbound on the Don Valley Parkway, that was recently plowed. Down towards the bottom end is where you'll find those plows and those delays right now. Lisa, 2019 Lexus NX 300 for as low as 0.9% APR with delivery credits of up to $2,500. Visit your Lexus dealer for details. Your next traffic report is at 12:51. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
-4, feeling like -12 at Pearson Airport. We're starting to see temperatures climb as the system continues to push its way west to east here across southern Ontario. But really, the impacts of this system is felt really province-wide and our friends stateside as well. We're seeing a lot of freezing precipitation on the radar stateside, and it's also creeping into southwestern Ontario, London, Sarnia, through the Niagara and St. Catherine area. So we're going to continue to see the risk for ice pellets and freezing precipitation push into the GTA. Our winter storm warning is mainly about the snow and the wind, but as these ice pellets start to mix in there and that freezing precipitation, it just gets more dicey out there on the roads. As we know, with all that freezing precip that we had last week, temperatures are going to climb little later this evening. Overnight lows near -3. Still the risk of some snow, maybe some mixed precipitation, and the possibility of seeing just straight rain for some areas here in southern Ontario with this system. Flurries a -2 for Wednesday. A really pleasant day for Thursday, so mark it on your calendars to get outside, +2 with a mix of sun and cloud. Your guaranteed high today, 0.
680 News Time, 12:43.
Now the IG Private Wealth Management Market Minute over to the Business Center and Phil Martino.
Charlene, so far so good for the North American markets. Part of the reason U.S. lawmakers reached a tentative deal to avoid another government shutdown. The Dow is up by 330 to 25,383. The S&P is up by 31 to 2,741. The Nasdaq's up by 95 to 7,403. Bay Street getting a lift from the bank and healthcare sectors. The TSX up by 68 to 15,637. Oil is up $1.09 to $53.50 a barrel. Gold is up $1.20 to 1,313, and the Canadian dollar is up 34.100 to 75.52 cents U.S. At the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
At IG Private Wealth Management, they understand your more complex needs. Enhance your financial well-being with a truly synchronized plan. Welcome change at igprivatewealth.com.
Have it made for a decade when you purchase a new Mitsubishi vehicle with a no-charge extended warranty valued at up to $2,600. Instead of a 5-year new vehicle limited warranty, you get 10 years. Instead of 5-year roadside assistance, 10 years. Plus the standard powertrain limited warranty, 10 years. For performance, reliability, and a no-charge extended warranty, hurry into a Mitsubishi dealership today or visit Mitsubishi at the Canadian International Auto Show from February 15th to 24th. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Treasure Hill builds award-winning communities across the GTA. Now our homes are even better. Introducing Genius by Treasure Hill, our new standard of included luxury features that puts technology, automation, comfort, safety, and security in the palm of your hand. Discover the genius of a Treasure Hill home in Keswick. New 2-story and bungalows from $599.9 are now selling. Learn more at treasurehill.com.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
Snow -4, wind chill -14. Good afternoon. I'm Charlene Close.
And I'm Steve Roberts. Here are the top stories right now.
If you look outside, you know why we're under a winter storm warning. It means hundreds of canceled flights, plus university and college closures and no rec programs across much of the GTA. A full list is at 680news.com. Toronto police have ID'd the woman who is seen on video tossing a patio chair over a condo balcony downtown. They're not telling us her name yet, though, giving her a chance to turn herself in first. And Mexican drug kingpin El Chapo has been found guilty of multiple drug trafficking charges. Now 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Andrew Nye.
Charlene, Maple Leafs look to split the season series against the Avalanche tonight in Colorado. Avs won here a month ago, one of their 3 wins in their last 20 games. They've also lost 7 straight heading into tonight's game, which gets underway at 9 o'clock Leafs Nation postgame after the final horn on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Jeremy Lin could be in the lineup tomorrow when the Raptors host the Wizards, their final game before the All-Star break. JD Bunkus of Good Show says if you're not excited about the move, you should be.
Lin is just about as good as it gets for this Raptors team. It's really hard to nitpick his game as a backup point guard, especially getting to play with a bunch of better players. And hopefully he gets some of that same boost that we've seen with Marc Gasol, where, you know, you go from a crappy team like the Atlanta Hawks to a playoff team and a real contender all of a sudden. It's going to give you a real shot in the arm.
Raptors practiced this morning, or rather canceled practice this morning, deciding to take a snow day. NBA doubleheader on Sportsnet 1 tonight. Celtics in Philadelphia at 8 o'clock, followed by the Jazz and Warriors at 10:30. Sounds like Antonio Brown's days in Pittsburgh are indeed over. The veteran receiver just tweeted highlights of his career with the message, "Thank you, Steeler Nation, for a big 9 years. Time to move on and forward. #new demands." Buffalo Bills signed free agent center guard Spencer Long to a 3-year deal. And former TFC striker Sebastian Giovinco scored in his debut for Al Hilal as the Saudi champion beat Al Qadsiya 4-1 in the Saudi Pro League. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour, anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
The total automotive experience. It's the 2019 Canadian International Auto Show, presented by the Toronto Star and Wheels.ca. The passion within us.
Auto Exotica, the world's finest automobiles, presented by Castrol.
Art and the automobile, icons of the 20th century.
The world-famous Barrett-Jackson Collection, a celebration of Canadian collectors.
EV Test Drive. Up to 18 of the latest electric vehicles can be driven at the auto show.
You could win $50,000 towards your next new car in the T88 50K giveaway.
Visit RBC and get a $250 RBC prepaid Visa card when you finance your next vehicle with RBC.
And with Kijiji, finding your next car just got easier. Test drive Kijiji Autos today.
It's Light Up the Night. Save $6 off admission after 6 p.m. every night.
The 2019 Auto Show, presented by the Toronto Star and Wheels.ca. The passion within us. Metro Toronto Convention Centre, February 15th to 24th.
680 News Time, 12:49.
Breaking news from Ottawa. Veterans Affairs Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould has quit the Trudeau cabinet.
It's a stunning twist to this story. Veterans Affairs Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould has confirmed she is stepping down with a heavy heart, but doesn't specifically say why she's quitting. She does, however, in a resignation letter say that she has hired a former Supreme Court justice to give her legal advice on what she can and can't say about the ongoing SNC-Lavalin affair. The Globe and Mail has reported allegations that the Prime Minister's office tried to pressure Wilson-Raybould in her time as Justice Minister in order to try and get a deal for the Quebec engineering firm so it can avoid criminal proceedings. Wilson-Raybould says she will remain as an MP, although it's not clear if she'll be a member of the Liberal caucus. Now, the Prime Minister has denied the allegations and reportedly held an emergency cabinet meeting this morning to discuss the fallout of this resignation. He's scheduled to speak with the media this afternoon. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
Coming up, we'll check traffic and weather together, including the extended forecast.
680 News Time, 12:50.
Welcome to Hyundai. So free. Free? Oh, you heard about no-charge all-wheel drive and all 2019 Tucson and Santa Fe models during the I Love Winter event.
Chill.
Check out the Canadian International Auto Show starting February 15th to get additional exclusive offers.
That's right. Until February 28th, get no-charge all-wheel drive on all 2019 Tucson and Santa Fe models. Visit the Hyundai booth at the Auto Show for additional exclusive offers. See HyundaiCanada.com for details.
Every day in Canada, 1,200 home purchases happen. Most need mortgages. Important announcement. If you have a home mortgage closing in the next 60 days, 2.69% mortgage rates are still available at butlermortgage.ca. No matter what you were told or what you signed, you can still switch to 2.69%. No gimmicks, no fees. Standard mortgages at 2.69. To learn if you can qualify, go to butlermortgage.ca now.
License number 12118. High ratio VRM. APR of 2.71%.
680 News Time, 12:51.
Time for traffic and weather together. Here's Carrie Prunskis.
This report is brought to you by Carlton Cards. Well, we have some new problems eastbound on the QEW, just east of Guelph line. The right lane is blocked, and that's because of a collision. At the moment, just a minor delay. You're going to find the westbound QEW a little bit slow going as well as you approach Guelph line. Everybody's slowing to look at those flashing lights. And just generally speaking, a much slower go than usual on the major routes, of course, because we do have these poor weather conditions. So if you are venturing out, make sure that you have your full headlighting system on so that others can see you. Had a call from a traffic spotter on the 407 around Pine Valley. She was reporting some freezing rain, so that was starting to slick up the roadways. You got to watch out for lots of snow plows. They're definitely out and about westbound on the Gardner. That's the reason for that backup right now on the westbound Gardner from Rogers Centre to Humber Bridge. We just had some snow plows west of the Humber Bridge. And as well, if you're going to be traveling on the northbound DVP, that's filling in with volume from approaching Eglinton to just north of Lawrence, getting very busy through that stretch. I also had a call from a traffic spotter along Eglinton from Victoria Park to Warden. The traffic lights are completely out through that stretch. It's affecting a lot of intersections, so remember to treat those intersections accordingly. Carlton Cards helps you express just the right words to show your kind of love. Send Valentine love and save $2 with a coupon at carltoncards.ca. Available at Loblaw stores, Metro, and Shoppers Drug Mart. Your next traffic report is at 1:01. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Yeah, what a mussy day. Winter storm warnings in the GTA, freezing rain warnings elsewhere through southwestern Ontario. We're seeing the freezing precipitation pretty steadily through Niagara, St. Catharines. It's just going to continue to kind of creep in and mix in with this snow and then likely change over to mostly ice pellets and freezing precipitation a little later as temperatures continue to climb. We're at -4, feeling like -12 at Pearson Airport right now. Still the potential for snow, maybe mixing with rain at times overnight, and then more flurries for Wednesday. Not really too much in terms of accumulation Wednesday, just some light flurries, maybe a trace to 1 centimeter. -6 for Wednesday night, and then Thursday is a really nice day. A sun cloud mix and highs near +2. We drop to -2 Thursday night, and we'll see a chance of snow starting to make its way. Temperatures climb again Friday, and we'll likely get into more mixed precipitation. We don't really have right now forecast of freezing precipitation, but we could certainly see some rain snow mixing through the day on Friday to cap off this wild weather week. Light snow and -4 at Pearson. Your guaranteed high today, 0.
Coming up at 1 o'clock, trending on Twitter, #Snow Day. The 680 News Extreme Weather Center is open. We have reporters on the 401 as well as outside Union Station.
680 News Time, 12:53.
Hello, Alpine Credits.
In a world where my kitchen needs a renovation.
Excuse me?
At a time when the Alpine Credits guy is my only home.
I am?
2 men, 1 renovation. Only he can approve me for a home equity loan.
Aha! Do you own your home?
Yes, I do.
Then you're approved.
Critics are calling it a triumph. Don't miss the kitchen renovation thrill ride of a lifetime. Coming this summer.
Can't wait.
Alpine Credits. Homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
Now you can listen to 680 News on your Sonos smart speaker, Amazon Echo, or any Google Chromecast-enabled device, like Google Home, with the free Radio Player Canada app.
In the car? Tune in using Radio Player on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Radio Player Canada. It's where Canadian radio plays.
The provincial government is one step closer to uploading Toronto's subway system as the city and province sign an agreement outlining the terms of reference. 680's Queen's Park reporter Richard Southern is dissecting the deal.
The 9-page document signed by both the city and the province really just lays out the framework for how the upload discussions will go. Of note, though, is 3 possible outcomes for the discussion: a full upload of the subway, a partial upload, or no upload at all. Sherry Percy-Allen is with ttcriders.ca. She says she's not liking what she sees. She worries the province will hike fares if it gets control of the subway.
Metrolinx is considering fare by speed and fare by distance, and if the province steals the subway, they could implement that. The other thing missing in this plan is the city's ability to say no.
Indeed, Mayor John Tory says the city should have a right to say no.
It's a grossly outdated concept that a city the size of Toronto and the sophistication of Toronto should be in this position where things can be changed at the drop of a hat by another government.
At Queen's Park, I'm Richard Southern.
Coming up, Molson Coors is reporting income tax accounting errors for the last 2 years. The business report is up next.
680 News Time, 12:55.
They influenced music for 3 generations. Kool and the Gang, live. Friday Friday, May 31st at Casino Rama Resort. Sexy, their first hit single in a decade, is available now. Tickets on sale Saturday at 12 noon at Ticketmaster.ca. Must be 19 years or older. Cool in the Gang. Casino Rama Resort. Explore the great indoors.
On movie night, we all squeezed together with blankets and popcorn. So when it was time to buy our new sofa at Lazy Boy, the main test was whether we could all fit at the same time. Lazy Boy had so many love seats, sectionals, and sofas, it was like musical chairs trying them all.
Live life comfortably, Lazy Boy.
Get instant rebates on every piece of upholstery store-wide during our instant rebate event at 9 GTA stores, plus Kitchener and Barrie.
680 News Time, 12:56.
Now the 680 News Business Report brought to you by BDC, the Business Development Bank of Canada. Here's Phil Martino.
Charlene, Aurora Cannabis says its net revenue surged to $54 million in its fiscal second quarter compared to nearly $12 million a year earlier. The producer's sales accounted for 20% of all marijuana sold across Canada since the drug was legalized for recreational use in October. The Edmonton-based company says a boost in revenue was driven by over $21 million in consumer sales in Canada and $26 million in Canadian and international medical marijuana sales. Aurora Cannabis shares are up by 2%. Molson Coors Brewing says income tax accounting errors resulted in an overstatement of its net income in 2016 and an understatement in 2017. The company has issued restated results for the 2 years showing it overstated its net income by almost $400 million U.S. in 2016. In 2017, it says an overstatement of its tax expenses led to an understatement of its net income of $151 million for the year. The TSX is up by 72 to 15,641. On Wall Street, the Dow's up by 322 to 25,375. The S&P is up by 32. The Nasdaq up by 93. Oil is up $1.11 to $53.53 a barrel. Gold is up $1.70 to 1,313, and the Canadian dollar is up 34/100ths to 75.52 cents U.S. At the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
When business is good and you're on top of your game, things can feel as exhilarating as this. But when the time comes to make big decisions, like whether to buy a business, well, then things can suddenly feel this lonely.
BDC, you're not alone. BDC is the only bank exclusively devoted to entrepreneurs, so we understand what you're going through. BDC, financing, advising, smarts.
Binwood Elementary.
Hi, this is Taylor's mom. She's not going to be in school today.
She's missed quite a bit of school lately.
We're trying to figure it out.
Tooth pain is the second leading cause of school absences. Ontario's dentists are doing their part for the Healthy Smiles Ontario program. But a chronic lack of funding has been holding us back. We're ready to work with the Government of Ontario to help make sure every child gets the care they need. A message from the Ontario Dental Association.
Now, 680 News regional weather conditions for Walmart.
Walmart has everything you need for Valentine's Day at guaranteed unbeatable low prices. Like a dozen premium roses for only $15. Walmart. Save money, live better.
In Vaughan, heavy snow right now, -8. Richmond Hill, heavy snow, -8. Feels like -17. Ice pellets for Hamilton, -1. Wind chill, -7. Downtown Toronto, we've changed over from snow to some ice pellets. It's -4. Feels like -14. 680 News Time, 1 o'clock.
Number 1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Here are Steve Roberts and Charlene Close.
Good afternoon. This is Tuesday, the 12th of February.
Here's what's making news right now.
Winter weather is packing a punch, knocking out everything from school to flights. The Extreme Weather Center is open with a list of cancellations and delays.
Another horrible winter storm. It started with the snow and the wind, and now
it's really hard to see the ice pellets. Little needles pretty much hitting my face.
We're checking in with the OPP and some pretty weary drivers.
Toronto police have identified the woman at the center of the mischief endangering life investigation, seen throwing a chair from a high-rise condo onto the Gardner Expressway.
A political bombshell. Jody Wilson-Raybould has resigned as Veterans Affairs Minister and obtained legal counsel as the controversy grows over the SNC-Lavalin affair.
Bring on the Linsanity. Raptors hope to have the new guy in the lineup tomorrow. Leafs shoot for 2 points tonight in Colorado. Sports at 15.
It's a money-making Tuesday for the North American markets. The Dow is up by 326, the TSX up by 69, and Nissan's profit drops amid its former chair's arrest. Business at 26.
680 News Time 101.
And now time for traffic and weather together on the ones. And with Toronto's most frequent traffic reports, here's Carrie Prenskus.
This report is brought to you by IA Clarington Investments. Well, I just had a call from a traffic spotter reporting a collision southbound on the 410 just before Queen, and apparently 3 left lanes are blocked there. Tow trucks are already on the scene, but expect delays on the southbound 410 as you approach Queen due to that problem. If you're going to be southbound on the Don Valley Parkway, it looks like they have just closed off the ramp going to westbound Lawrence. We had a lot of traffic spotters reporting it was very icy on that ramp, so now they've just closed it because of those poor conditions. Westbound on the Gardner, you're going to find that heavy going right now. Delays from about Rogers Center over to the Humber Bridge. We just had some snow plows make their way through that stretch. Westbound on the QEW, I haven't spotted any problems right now. You're going to find a much slower go than usual, just generally speaking, because of these poor road conditions. It's very slippery. Eastbound on the QEW, that collision east of Guelph line, that's at least out of the way. Not too bad right now coming into the city on the eastbound Gardner. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway, that's really slow from approaching Eglinton up to Lawrence. And westbound on the 401, getting reports of a collision approaching Winston Churchill. Not sure which lanes are blocked right now, but the westbound 401 is starting to get backed up from Mavis to Winston Churchill. In town, problems with the traffic lights along Eglinton from Victoria to Park to Warden. Hearing that they're completely out through that stretch, so make sure that you treat all of those intersections accordingly. Choose high conviction active solutions from IA Clarington to navigate today's complex markets. Details at iaclarington.com. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Light snow blowing and drifting around. Some pockets are heavy. We're just continuing with this widespread system that's just really impactful for most of southern Ontario because we're seeing so many different types of precipitation play out in a single day. Now, for the GTA, it's mainly the snowfall accumulation, but we'll start to mix in with some ice pellets, get into freezing rain, and then potentially even some rain a little later tonight. We have a light snow right now at Pearson with a gusty wind out of the east. We just had a peak gust of about 60 kilometers an hour. So when we start to hear about maybe some traffic lights being out or some power outages localized, it's likely due to some of these really strong winds. -4 right now, but we'll climb to a guaranteed high of 0. Snowfall possible still tonight, even mixed in again with some of that rain or some freezing precipitation. This is pretty temperature dependent, so different communities across southern Ontario seeing sort of some different stuff popping up on the radar right now. Flurries for Wednesday, maybe another centimeter, but overall a much quieter day than today. Highs near -2 and a low for Wednesday night near -6. Your guaranteed high today, 0.
680 News Time 104.
Well, even if you do love winter, sometimes there are limits to that love. A winter storm warning remains in effect for Toronto and the entire GTA with this combo punch of snow, freezing rain, and gusty winds likely to continue.
And so the 680 News Extreme Weather Center is open. 680's Irene Precklett joins us live with the latest delays and cancellations. Irene?
And Charlene, the Extreme Weather Center is brought to you by DriversFirst.ca, operated by Arthur J. Gallagher Canada Limited and Air Transat. Vacation is calling. Visit airtransat.com. City of Toronto canceling indoor rec and aquatic programs at all facilities. The City of Mississauga says all culture facilities are canceled. All rec programs are canceled as of 3 this afternoon. Toronto and Durham region among those sending non-essential employees home early. Roads are a mess. Transit a good option, but keep in mind they will have the same delays on the roads. The TTC saying to prepare for a longer than normal commute. So far, Line 3 is running. The plows, they're out there. Mark Mills, superintendent of road operations for the city, says it's all hands on deck.
We are well versed in this stuff, so, again, it looks like Mother Nature does have the upper hand right now, but our snow fighters are persistent, and we will get these roads in good shape.
He says the strong winds with this storm make it a challenge because of blowing and drifting snow. It will be Wednesday before all roads are fully clear. Now, among the many post-secondary closures, the University of Toronto, Mississauga, and Scarborough campuses closed earlier earlier today. The downtown one closing at 4. Ryerson, York also closed. As for the colleges, Humber, George Brown, Sheraton among those that are closed. You'll find the complete list at 680news.com. Pearson Airport reporting hundreds of flight cancellations. If you do have a flight, call ahead. Good chance you might not be going anywhere. Reporting live, Irene Precklett, 680 News.
680 News Time, 1:06. Well, the blowing snow and ice pellets certainly causing a lot of issues on our GTA highways. As you've been hearing with Carrie in our traffic, it has certainly been a busy day. And 680's Mark Douglas now joining us live from the 401 in the Cambridge area with how commuters are dealing with those situations out there. Mark.
And Steve, we're still expecting freezing rain this afternoon, and it's already so treacherous out here on the highway. The same terrible winter conditions I'm seeing here on the 401 are exactly what's making the QEW and other highways around the area so dangerous. OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt checking in from the Burlington Skyway, where the snow and the wind have even gotten worse.
It's really hard to see the ice pellets, but I'm getting little needles pretty much hitting my face all the time here.
Conditions like these have the highway drivers I'm meeting today coping as best they can.
I can probably see 100 yards in front of me because it's blowing winds, high winds, so it's snow-covered highways and a lot of strong winds blowing it all around, so it's not nice.
If someone hasn't left their house yet, what's your advice?
I would stay home.
But for those who can't stay home, if you do have to hit the highway in this winter storm, the OPP remind you to get those headlights on, and when you see snow, go slow, and snow is all you're going to see this afternoon. On the 401 in Cambridge, I'm Mark Douglas.
We continue our coverage of the winter storm with 680's Momin Qureshi. He's braving the elements outside Union Station. Momin?
Oh, that's for sure, certainly. And I'd say one of the biggest issues right now is the wind. It's pretty gusting pretty hard here on the streets. I'm seeing a lot of people walking with their head down, kind of leaning into the wind, quite literally trying to make their steps along these slippery sidewalks. Now, some people have had just about enough of the snow. Jamie is not one of them.
I'm quite enjoying it. I'm quite lazy. I usually drive everywhere, so it's quite a treat to be out in the snow today.
You're enjoying it?
Yes. A bit weird, I know.
I mean, I think you're probably like the only one in this entire city.
I know. People are probably going to hate me, but what are you going to do? It could be worse.
It could be worse. Those are some wise words. Reporting live in the streets of downtown, I'm Momin Qureshi.
680 News Time, 1:08. Well, Toronto police say they have now identified the woman seen throwing a chair from a high-rise balcony downtown. 680's Melissa Nakavali joining us live with the very latest this afternoon. Melissa.
Yeah, Steve, police say they know exactly who the young blonde woman seen in that viral video throwing a chair off a high-rise balcony onto the Gardner Expressway is, but they will not release her name to the public just yet. I did ask police about details on her identity. Here's what Media Relations Officer David Hopkinson had to say.
I won't go into who she is or where she's from just yet. What I would like to say is a big thank you to everyone who saw the video and decided to help us to try and find her. All of their tips and all of their suggestions were listened to by the investigators.
Hopkinson says officers have spoken to the woman. He says the reason why officials are not releasing her identity right now is because they are giving her the opportunity to seek legal advice and to turn herself in. The young woman is at the center of a mischief endangering life investigation. Reporting live, Melissa Nakavali, 680 News.
This news segment brought to you today by Aaron Park Lexus. On the way in 30 seconds, a check on your city streets, and we'll let you know what's going on with the price of gas tonight. 680 News Time, 1:09.
Getting answers is easy as long as people are listening when you're buying a new car, the way Aaron Park Lexus does with guests like Greg Evans.
I think the main benefit of buying the car at Aaron Park Lexus is the accessibility of the management team and the service staff. They've always been available with any question, anytime I've come in.
Aaron Park Lexus, where every question is important. Aaron Park. Just arrived in our showroom. Get 2.9% lease rates up to 39 months on the new 2019 UX Series. Aaron Park.
Checking your city streets, traffic lights out along Eglinton from Vic Park to Warden, and avoid York Mills just east of Don Mills. Conditions are super icy. 680 News gas price update now. Let's check that. Enpro predicting the price of gas will drop a cent at midnight down to 97.9. 680 News Time, 1:10.
Finding a job in today's market can be a challenge, whether you are looking for work or wanting to change direction. JVS Toronto will help you get hired faster. Together, you'll explore new job options, create a strong resume, prepare for job interviews, and connect with employers, all for free. Your job is waiting for you. JVS Toronto will help you find it. Get started today. For more information, visit jvstoronto.org.
Got a moment? We do. At Fairmont Hotels and Resorts, we've got all kinds of them. Want to swim with the turtles in the Mayan Riviera? Done. Hit the slopes in Banff? Check. Catch a Broadway show in New York? Right this way. Enjoy your unforgettable moments at Fairmont Hotels with up to $100 daily credit plus 3 times the rewards points. Get the credit you deserve at Fairmont.com.
680 News Time, 1:11. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carrie Prenskus.
This report is brought to you by GTA Home and Reno Show. Well, watch out for a full tire. Traffic spotters reporting that tire is westbound on the QEW in between Winston Churchill and Ford Drive, and it's in between the 2 left lanes. So be very, very careful through that stretch. I've notified MTO. They're getting into it right now, but in the meantime, watch out. Westbound QEW approaching Ford Drive in those 2 left lanes. You're going to find a lot of delays on the major routes right now. We're not dealing with huge problems, but in terms of these conditions, they are so poor. So everything is moving along very slowly. Westbound on the Gardner, that's busy from Rogers Center to west of Jameson. Southbound on the Don Valley Parkway, crews have closed the ramp to westbound Lawrence because the icy conditions have forced that closure. So no access southbound DVP to westbound Lawrence until those conditions improve. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway, that's busy from approaching Eglinton up to Lawrence. Westbound 401, last I heard we had a collision approaching Winston Churchill. It looks still busy on the westbound 401 from about Mavis towards Winston Churchill. Eastbound on the 401, it's a slow go across the city, but not spotting any significant delays. Just be prepared for changing weather conditions. Denise will have more on that in just a second, but also sudden slowdowns because of all of the snow plows that are out and about. And as well, traffic lights reportedly out along Eglinton between Victoria Park and Warden. Renovation rookies and expert DIYers. Don't miss the GTA Home and Reno Show, February 15th to 18th at Mississauga's International Center. Get $3 off tickets at gtahomeandrenoshow.com. Your next report is at 1:21. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Well, Carrie, we are starting to see that shift in this weather and precipitation. Light freezing rain in the Hamilton Airport, -2. Light snow in Oshawa, -7. So there's the discrepancy in temperatures, and we're slowly climbing closer to the freezing mark. We're already at -3 at Pearson, -2 in Oakville. So we're starting to see on the radar some of that freezing precipitation, the ice pellets. It's mixing in now with this light snow. Snow is tough to navigate through, but it can be plowed away. The freezing precipitation, it has to be treated, and this is why this is such an ordeal for the crews to get out there on the roads. Plus, whatever's fallen is blowing and drifting around. We've had winds gusting up to 65, 70 an hour today, so the winter storm warning still in full effect. Even if we do start to see a changeover in precipitation, it even makes things just more treacherous out there. Tonight, lows near -3. We could see a bit more snow, but again, with temperatures being so near the freezing mark, we could get into just any kind of precipitation, really. That's what we're seeing on the radar anyway across the province. Lots of different stuff playing out. Flurries -2 for Wednesday, maybe another centimeter early in the day. Not really a significant weather event for us here. And then Thursday, rather quiet, +2 with a mix of sun and cloud. Light snow -3 at Pearson, still feels like -12 out there. Your guaranteed high 0.
680 News Time, 1:14.
And now time for the IG Private Wealth Management Market Minute. We're off to the Business Center now. Phil Martino. Phil.
Steve, the North American markets continue to move up this afternoon. On Wall Street, U.S. stocks are gaining after U.S. lawmakers reached a tentative deal to avoid another costly government shutdown. The Dow is up by 339 points to 25,392. The S&P is up by 32 to 2,742. The Nasdaq up by 93 to 7,401. On Bay Street, Bay Street's getting a lift from the healthcare sector, up 2% this afternoon. The TSX up by 78 to 15,646. Oil is up $1.09 to $53.50 a barrel. Gold is up $2.50 to $1,314, and the Canadian dollar is up 36 100s to 75.54 cents U.S. At the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
At IG Private Wealth Management, they understand your more complex needs. Enhance your financial well-being with a truly synchronized plan. Welcome change at igprivatewealth.com.
Your business is one of a kind. That's why Rogers offers wireless solutions that help your team stay connected, no matter where their job takes them.
So we'd never miss a customer call?
It's possible.
And we'd be able to use our mobile devices as part of our office phone system?
Also possible. Plus, right now at Rogers, you can get a bill credit of up to $300 on a new smartphone on select 2-year Share Everything for Business plans. Visit rogers.com/plansforbiz or a Rogers Small Business Center.
You can make Valentine's Day shopping for him? If your man is one of a kind, come and explore the distillery's unique gift stores and boutiques. Check out the Sport Gallery for vintage-inspired sports apparel. Stop by Godstyle, voted Best Men's Store 10 years in a row. Or pop into Gentile Uomo for luxury Italian fashions and grooming products. The Distillery District offers unique gifts for unique people in the most romantic district in town. The Distillery, much more than just a cafe and bakery destination.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
We've got some light snow and some ice pellets downtown. -4, feeling like -14 with the wind. Good afternoon. I'm Steve Roberts.
I'm Charlene Close. Here are the top stories right now.
The 680 News Extreme Weather Center is open. We are in the midst of this latest storm. The snow likely going to be changing to some freezing rain this afternoon, and winds, of course, will be a big issue as well, up to 80 kilometers an hour. And Toronto police have identified the woman who tossed at least one patio chair off a balcony at a downtown high-rise, saying to get a lawyer and turn yourself in. Now time for 680 Sports, brought to you today by your Toronto area Ford dealers. From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, here's Andrew Nye. Andrew?
Stevie says the only thing left for the Leafs power play to do is score.
When you've got that much star power, they should be able to find the net. And when you're getting that many shots on net, it should eventually go in. And yet, this isn't a one-game thing or a two-game thing. This is, like you said, something that's been going on for weeks, if not months now. So something's going to have to give.
There's Michael Tracos on the Jeff Blair Show this morning. Leafs put up 23 shots on the power play Sunday and still went 0 for 4. They face a Colorado team tonight that leads the NHL in penalty minutes. Face-off tonight set for 9. Boston Bruins leading scorer David Pastrnak is out at least 2 weeks with a thumb injury suffered in a fall Sunday night. He's already had surgery to repair the damage and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. Boston home to Chicago tonight at 7 on Sportsnet. Raptors practice was canceled this morning due to the weather. Final game before the All-Star break goes tomorrow against Washington. It's official. Antonio Brown wants out. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the 30-year-old receiver has requested a trade from the Steelers. Brown went on Twitter to say, "Thank you, Steeler Nation, for a big 9 years. Time to move on and forward." He has spent his entire 9-year career in Pittsburgh collecting over 11,000 receiving yards and 74 touchdowns. Canada will hit the road to face the Czech Republic in a Fed Cup World Group playoff tie April 20th and 21st. Tough draw for the Canadians, who are 0-6 against the Czechs in Fed Cup play. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour, anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
So what do you think? Cabin this weekend?
In our car? Oh, the weather doesn't look great. There's barely a road up there.
What's the point in a getaway if you can't even get there? That's why we built the Ford Escape. It's the get-it-all-done-in-a-day SUV. And more than capable when you want to get away from it all. And right now, get no-charge four-wheel drive plus $3,000 in rebates on select new 2018 Escape models. Get the SUV built to get you out there. Get your Escape today. Visit your local Ford store or Ford.ca.
Look at you, Mr. In charge of the car. And you take the job seriously. Your wife and kids off to see Grandma? You worried? Nope. You took the car to Mr. Transmission, Canada's only transmission and technology experts. They know transmissions, including CVTs. And with their multi-check inspection, you had the car checked out. Yeah, for free. You got this in charge of the car thing down. Thanks to your friends at Mr. Transmission.
Hey, Mr. Transmission. Hey, Mr. You're a friend of mine.
You're listening to 680 News. It's 1:19. Jody Wilson-Raybould, one of the figures at the center of the SNC-Lavalin affair, resigning as Veterans Affairs Minister.
It's a political bombshell in the middle of a major controversy. Jody Wilson-Raybould has stepped down, offering a resignation letter to the Prime Minister, which doesn't give specifics as to why she's quitting, but does note she got into politics to do things differently. This comes in the wake of a Globe and Mail report that alleges officials in the Prime Minister's office tried to pressure her in her time as Justice Minister to cut a deal with SNC-Lavalin so the engineering firm could avoid criminal charges. Wilson-Raybould also says she's obtained legal counsel to figure out what she can legally say about this matter. matter. A statement from the Prime Minister's office has just been released saying Trudeau held a cabinet meeting this morning to discuss this resignation, and Defence Minister Harjit Sajjan will take over at Veterans Affairs for the time being. Trudeau's expected to speak with reporters later today. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
680 News Time, 1:20.
If your business has a big tax debt, I, Philip Diogardi, can knock it down. Way down. Talk to me now and let's get started. Call 416-350-8489 or visit stopthetaxman.ca. Our discussion won't cost you a cent and it will save your business. Call me now, Philip Diogardi, the tax lawyer who can stop the taxman. No upfront fee, nothing to lose but the tax. Call 416-350-8489.
Unifor Local 414 reminds you that Monday, February 18th is Family Day in Ontario. This much-needed midwinter break is dedicated to our province's hard-working people, and in particular, our greatest resource, families. The family is what bonds us and keeps Ontario economically strong. Enjoy the long weekend and take a moment to reflect with pride on living, working, and being an active part of the future and growth of our province. Have a safe and enjoyable Family Day from Unifor Local 414.
680 News Time, 1:21.
Now time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carrie Prunskis.
This report is brought to you by the Mercedes-Benz Toronto Retail Group. Well, watch out for this tire that was reported on the westbound QEW approaching Ford Drive. That was in the 2 left lanes. I did notify MTO about that. Not sure if they've made it to the scene, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Try to stick to the right-hand lanes, westbound QEW, west of Winston Churchill as you're coming up to Ford Drive. MTO reporting a new problem on the 40 rebound QEW at Fairview. The right lane is blocked because of a stalled vehicle. Definitely watch out for that. If you're traveling the eastbound Gardner, just seeing some snowplows make their way into the downtown area. It's around Spadina that they're just slowly passing by right now. So that's why it's so slow right now on the eastbound Gardner from Jameson over towards Spadina. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway, a similar story. I'm watching those snowplows. They're around Bayview Bloor right now. So the northbound DVP is heavy from Girard up to Bayview Bloor. Westbound on the 401, traffic spotters still reporting a collision approaching Winston Churchill. That's blocking the left lane, so a slow go westbound 401 from Mavis to Winston Churchill. Eastbound on the 401, watch out for problems right at Bayview in both the express and collectors. It looks like everything's on the shoulder, just a minor delay, but be prepared for that sudden slowdown. That's eastbound 401 as you're approaching Bayview in the express and collectors. And a heads up southbound on the Don Valley Parkway, the ramp to westbound Lawrence, that has been closed because of the icy conditions. Drive home the best of the auto show. Enjoy low monthly payments and a 1% rate reduction on select new and pre-owned Mercedes-Benz models only at Mercedes-Benz Toronto retail stores. Visit mbtoronto.ca for details. Your next report is at 1:31. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Still some heavy snow near the Markham area, but Oakville, Brampton, Toronto, all into the ice pellets now. The freezing precipitation is going to continue throughout the rest of the afternoon into the evening. It's very temperature dependent, so we may see things changing back over to some snow at times. The winds are quite gusty as well, still about 35 to 55 kilometers per hour, and they'll continue to play into this weather story. The winter storm warning is still in effect. The freezing rain warning through the Windsor area has been dropped. It's still in effect through Niagara, but what we're seeing is the system continuing to track east, so parts of the southwest and maybe even the west end of the GTA will get out of some of this active weather a little earlier than, let's say, the Durham and Oshawa area. If you're heading north or east on that 401 a little later, east of the Durham region, we're going to see some heavy accumulating snows through there as well. Okay, in terms of temperatures overnight, we'll hover near -3. We could still get into some active weather. Flurries for Wednesday, -2. A sun-cloud mix and +2 for Thursday. That's a really nice day, but by the evening and overnight, we see an increase in cloud cover and the potential of some snowfall. Friday, we'll get into some periods of rain-snow mixing as temperatures climb through the day near +2. -3 right now at Pearson, your guaranteed high, 0.
680 News Time, 1:24.
What's your next adventure? See it, do it, live it at the Outdoor Adventure Show, February 22nd to 24th at the International Center. See hundreds of exhibitors with preseason deals on the best outdoor gear and awesome travel experiences guaranteed to ignite your outdoor passion. Discover camping, canoeing, kayaking, hiking, stand-up paddling, climb the rock wall, learn to scuba dive, and meet experienced guides to help you plan your next trip. It's all at the Outdoor Adventure Show presented by G Adventures, February 22nd to 24th at the International Center.
This new segment brought to you today by the Herzig Eye Institute. Coming up in 60 seconds, Phil Martino standing by at the Business Center where U.S. stocks are moving up. And it looks like one of the main reasons for it, a tentative agreement to avoid a government shutdown.
680 News Time, 125.
Why did I wait so long? Our patients tell us that all the time at the Herzig Eye Institute. I'm Cherry Tab, co-founder of the Herzig Eye Institute. And Dr. Herzig and I want to ask you, why have you waited so long? You could finally be free from glasses, contacts, even reading glasses. Google high-definition vision. Learn about Herzig. Call us for a consultation. There's no charge. Afterwards, you'll say, why did I wait so long? Look after yourself. Promise me.
Hey folks, Don Cherry here. When I had to give up one of my cards, I said, let's support the kidney card program. Free tone and a minimum of $300 tax receipt or a fair market value of the car. Plus, you're supporting a cause that is close to the whole Cherry family. When my daughter donated her kidney to her brother 40 years ago, so come on, support the kidney card program. That's kidneycard.ca and recycle your parts.
680 News Time, 126.
Now time for the 680 News Business Report. Off to the Business Center now. Phil Martino. Phil.
Steve, U.S. stocks are moving up on Wall Street. Part of the reason? U.S. lawmakers reached a tentative agreement to avoid another government shutdown. The Dow is up by 355 points to 25,408. The S&P is up by 32 to 2,742. The Nasdaq up by 98 to 7,406. On Bay Street, the bank and healthcare sectors continue to lead the gains. The TSX up by 82 to 15,651. Nissan lowered its profit forecast for the full year today, partly due to special charges related to alleged false financial reporting by its former chairman Carlos Ghosn. Nissan Motor profit in the October to December quarter was 70 billion yen. That's $637 million, down from over 300 billion yen the previous year. Quarterly sales grew 6%. A new poll released today suggests a large proportion of small and medium-sized businesses is soon to be subject to Ottawa's federal carbon tax. Worry they'll be unable to pass along the bulk of the extra cost to their customers. The online survey was completed by over 3,500 members of the Canadian Federation of Independent Business in Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, and New Brunswick, the 4 provinces that oppose having to follow the Trudeau government's carbon pricing system as of April 1st. Now, over 2/3 of the business owners at CFIB poll don't support any kind of carbon pricing program at all. Ottawa says 90% of the carbon tax revenues it collects will be returned via rebates to households, mostly to consumers, since the government expects them to ultimately pay most of the new costs passed down from businesses. At the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
Hi, I'm Maureen Holloway. Harness the excitement of the road no matter the road conditions with the power and control of Lexus all-wheel drive. Right now at Don Valley North Lexus, lease the 2019 NX 300 standard package from just $188 bi-weekly at 0.9%, and that includes up to $2,000 in delivery credits. Expect excellence at Don Valley North Lexus, 3120 Steeles, just east of the 404.
At Don Valley North for Lexus.
Details at DonValleyNorthLexus.com.
Come From Away is the joyous, foot-stomping, and heartwarming musical that has Toronto audiences cheering. It's a powerful celebration of humanity, cheers the Globe and Mail. Come From Away has become a genuine classic, raves the National Post. And Newsweek says, Come From Away takes you to a place you never want to leave. Come From Away. Now playing at Toronto's Elgin Theatre. Get tickets at 416-872-1212 or mervish.com.
It's time for the 680 News Vacation Travelers Forecast, brought to you by redtag.ca. Looking for the perfect beach vacation? Visit redtag.ca for amazing deals with up to 50% off on Cuba, Mexico, and the Caribbean. Plan your perfect winter trip today at redtag.ca.
If you're heading off to Vegas, mostly cloudy and 13 degrees today. Plenty of sunshine in Acapulco and 31. Cancun looking at a little bit of rain and 28 degrees. And in Havana, Cuba, partly cloudy and 29. Right now in downtown Toronto, it's -3 degrees. Feeling, though, like -13 when you factor in the wind. 680 News Time, 1:30.
#1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Here are Charlene Close and Steve Roberts.
Good afternoon. This is Tuesday, the 12th of February.
Good afternoon. Here's what's making news this hour.
Mother Nature is giving us her all with wicked winter weather, from piles of snow to howling winds, leading to many closures and cancellations. Because of that, the Extreme Weather Center is open.
Some people just can't get enough of the snow. No, really.
I live for waiting for winter, so that's why I love it so much.
But others, frankly, have already had just about enough.
Millions have seen the video, and thanks to tips, police now know the identity of the woman seen tossing a chair from a condo high-rise onto the Gardner Expressway.
Veterans Affairs Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould has resigned from cabinet amid a growing controversy that the Prime Minister's office tried to influence her over a criminal case.
Maple Leafs make a stop in Colorado to face the slumping Avs, and Antonio Brown wants out of Pittsburgh. Sports at 45.
So far, so good for the North American markets. The Dow up by 361. The TSX is up by 82. And Stats Canada says it plans to release the delayed December merchandise trade data next month. Business at 56.
680 News Time, 1:31.
Time for 680 News traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carrie Prunskis.
This report is brought to you by IA Clarington Investments. Well, if you're going to be bold and go out onto those roadways, make sure that you first have your full headlighting system on so that other people can see you, and just take it very slowly, especially for big truck drivers. I know we have a lot of truck drivers that listen to us, and I had a call from a traffic spotter that was very concerned about how fast some of those trucks are going. So if you could just take it down a few notches, that would be very much appreciated. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway, had some snowplows making their way just north of Don Mills. That's the last I saw them, but I'm looking at a backup right now on the northbound DVP from about Bloor to north of Don Mills. Southbound on the DVP, the ramp going to westbound Lawrence, that has been closed because of the icy conditions. You're going to find a lot of icy conditions out there, especially on ramps and pretty much anywhere there's a hill. Toronto police reporting at Rosedale Valley Road and Park. Vehicles are sliding down that hill, so avoid that intersection. As well, be extra careful eastbound on York Mills, just east of Don Mills. We had a lot of vehicles that were struggling to get up that hill. Watch out for problems as well eastbound on the 401 at Bayview, and both the express and collectors. We have issues on the shoulder and just a sudden slowdown as you approach that problem, so be very careful there. Choose high conviction active solutions from IA Clarington to navigate today's complex markets. Details at iaclarington.com. Your next traffic report is at 1:41. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Still some very widespread snowfall out there, but now the ice pellets are starting to mix in, specifically in the downtown core. We're seeing quite a bit of that. Light snow at Pearson still with a wind chill of -12 and a gusty wind out of the east. We're going to continue to see temperatures climb, and because of this, we're getting into various types of precipitation. Freezing rain already very steady through areas like Hamilton and St. Catharines and the west end of the GTA. We'll certainly see some of that through the rest of the afternoon and the evening. Overnight lows near -3. We're still going to see some active weather. It could be snow, could be more of this freezing precipitation that we're picking up on the radar now. Flurries for Wednesday, maybe about a centimeter or two for parts of the GTA in southern Ontario, tapering off, and highs near -2, a low of -6 for Wednesday night. Your guaranteed high today, 0.
680 News Time, 1:33.
It is a winter wonderland out there, as long as you don't have to drive in it, walk in it, or cycle in it. The weather has led to a long list of closures across the GTA, and the 680 News Extreme Weather Center is open.
And she's a busy person today. 680's Irene Prekla joining us live with all the latest weather-related issues this afternoon. Irene?
And Steve, they keep coming in. The Extreme Weather Center is brought to you by OFX, where the world's moving, and Subaru, confidence in motion. Basically, if you had plans for something this afternoon or evening, there's a good chance the cancellation is in your future. Among the latest to just come in, the Toronto Public Library announcing that all branches will be closed as of 2 p.m., so in about 25 minutes, so check out those books. Now, most night school classes, rec programs in the GTA, they won't be happening either. U of T closing the downtown campus at 4, the other 2 already closed. Other closures include the Ontario Science Centre, Durham Region, and the City of Toronto letting staff go early. City of Toronto plans are out there, but keep in mind all streets won't be cleared until around tomorrow or Wednesday morning, rather. Mark Mills, Superintendent of Road operations for the City of Toronto says it's going to be tough work.
Fortunately, with these high winds, we will send out the plows, and the high winds will blow the snow right back onto the roadway. So there'll be roadways that will look like we didn't plow when, in fact, we've already plowed them. So this is, again, an all-hands-on-deck storm.
And hundreds of flights canceled at Pearson Airport, about a third of all daily flights grounded. For more cancellations and closures, go to 680news.com. Reporting live, Irene Precklett, 680 News.
And the roads, they are a mess. 680's Mark Douglas joins us live from the 401 in Cambridge, where he's talking to drivers. Mark?
Well, Charlene, the wind is still whipping up all this snow, along with ice pellets that feel like tiny daggers against my face. 401 is all but completely covered in snow, and that's even after a line of plows goes across. And I've seen 2 convoys of snow plows going across in the time I've been out here this afternoon. Here's OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt.
Most of the places, it was just snow-covered, lane pack travel only, with really hard to see any of the lines on the highway. Make sure you have your full headlighting system on, and just be very careful.
And while the OPP mantra in winter is see snow, go slow, this 401 driver can tell you not everyone out here is obeying that simple advice.
The trucks are going pretty quick by you. It's not very good conditions at all. If you're stuck in it, it's just getting to where you gotta go, but otherwise, I wouldn't go if you don't have to.
But having said all that, it is important to keep storms like this in perspective, like this veteran truck driver does.
I've been through stuff that's 3-foot-high drifts across the road, so this isn't bad yet. I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
And fingers crossed indeed, because freezing rain could still hit us this afternoon on top of all these other problems. On the 401, I'm Mark Douglas.
And our coverage of the winter storm continues with 680's Momin Qureshi now out in the blowing snow at Nathan Phillips Square. Now, Momin, are you thinking about going for a skate out there?
Well, if I did want to, Steve, I would be able to, because I just saw the most Canadian thing possible, which is the Zamboni clearing off all the snow off the rink in front of the Toronto sign, making it possible for people to go to skate if they really want to. But I'll tell you, the wind is blowing pretty hard out here. Now, as hard as the wind is going, I saw a group of 6 friends from Ireland who are loving it.
We're on our holidays. We're on our hollybops, so we're having a great time.
Yeah, having a good time. We love the snow. We don't get this weather at home.
So you guys are just eating it all up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's great.
So are you guys happy that this is the weather right now?
Oh, yeah, delighted. But
No, Shauna hates the cold.
She's just worried about falling over.
I don't think Shauna is alone in those sentiments. Reporting live at Nathan Phillips Square, I'm Momin Qureshi.
Well, her face has been plastered all over social media and mainstream media. Toronto police have now identified the woman who is seen on video tossing a patio chair over a condo balcony downtown. 680's Melissa Nikovely joins us live with the very latest on the case. Melissa?
Yeah, Charlene, Toronto police say thanks to the large amount of tips they received from the public, they now know who the young woman seen tossing a chair off a high-rise balcony near the Gardner is. But they will not release any information, including her age or where she is from, just yet. Media Relations Officer David Hopkinson says the reason that is because police would like to give her the opportunity to seek legal advice and turn herself in before releasing her information to the public. The young woman is at the center of a mischief endangering life investigation after the video of her seen tossing the chair hundreds of feet above the Gardner went viral. Reporting live, Melissa Nikovely, 680 News.
Coming up in 30 seconds, we'll check your snowy and maybe icy city streets, as well as the price of gas.
680 News Time, 1:39.
There's a place where love and peace are born, and that place is the heart. Spence Diamonds proudly introduces From the Heart, a collection inspired by those who bring out the best in all of us. This Valentine's Day, give from your heart with our Gift of Love pendant. A white gold heart with a rose gold peace sign inlaid with sparkling diamonds. A unique gift for $249. Inspired by love. Imagined by you. Created by Spence. In Scarborough, Vaughan, and Mississauga.
Checking city streets. Eastbound Lakeshore has been closed from York to Bay. That's because of falling glass. And avoid Rosedale Valley Road and Park. Police reporting vehicles are sliding down the hill, so you don't want to be one of those vehicles.
City Streets was brought to you by your local GTA Acura dealers. For a limited time, get up to a $5,000 cash rebate on select 2019 Acura MDX and TLX models. Visit AcuraGTA.ca today for details.
Now the 680 News gas price update. MPro predicts the price will drop a cent at midnight to 97.9.
680 News Time, 1:40.
When it comes to a romantic dinner, you can't go wrong with a homemade Italian classic. Bring home a meal made with love this Valentine's Day, straight from the kitchen at Palma Pasta. Mama Palma's heart-shaped ravioli, available in red or white pasta, stuffed with ricotta cheese and spinach. Order your heart-shaped ravioli today and let Palma Pasta take care of the cooking, so you have more time for your Valentine. For locations, visit palmapasta.com. Palma Pasta, Italian tradition, simply delicious.
Done with winter and need an escape? Now is the best time to take advantage of our Seize the Sun sale with savings of up to 40% on vacation packages to top-rated resorts. Choose to vacation better with our best price guarantee and award-winning service every step of the way. Premium vacations are going fast, so book by February 15th with your travel agent or
680 News Time, 1:41.
Time for 680 News, traffic and weather together on the ones. Here is Carrie Prunskis.
This report is brought to you by Pfizer Canada. Well, I'm watching some big problems developing eastbound on the 401 just before Dixon Martin Grove. It looks like all traffic has been completely stopped. I just had a collision reported there. Can't really see anything other than just completely stopped traffic right now on the eastbound 401 approaching Dixon Martin Grove. Absolutely nothing is getting through right now, so it's getting really jammed as you approach the 427. As well, watch out for a problem eastbound 401 at Bayview and the Express and Collectors. At last check, we still had some issues on the shoulder, just causing a minor delay, but definitely watch out for that. Southbound on the DVP, the ramp to westbound Lawrence, that has just been reopened. They had it closed for quite some time because of the icy conditions, so you can at least use that ramp again, but just to be very, very careful, especially when you're taking ramps and any bridges, overpasses, pretty much anywhere there's a hill, you're going to find a lot of vehicles sliding down. Westbound on the Gardner, not too bad right now. Looks like the delays we were seeing out of downtown have pretty much eased off at the moment. Eastbound on the Gardner, though, that's a little slow going as you head into downtown from Jameson over towards Spadina, and then again as you're approaching the DVP. It's likely due to some snow plows. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway, busy sections from approaching Don Mills up to York Mills. That's due to some snow plows as well. Westbound on the 401, haven't spotted any significant delays or issues right now. Doesn't look too bad as you make your way across the city. If you're traveling in town, though, eastbound Lakeshore, that's been closed from York to Bay, all for a police investigation. Over 50, you may be at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor, nurse, or pharmacist about the Prevnar 13 vaccine. Visit Prevnar.ca to learn if it's right for you. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Temperatures are climbing, but it still feels like minus 13 downtown with that gusty wind out of the east. We have ice pellets right now across many areas in the GTA, but we're still seeing the pockets of some heavy snow blowing and drifting around. We're going to continue with this trend of sort of mixed precipitation, kind of transitioning in and out of different types for the next couple of hours, and then eventually we'll be near zero. We'll likely get into some of the freezing rain that we're seeing through the Hamilton area, St. Catharines, Grimsby, and Niagara. Overnight tonight, lows near minus 3. We could still see some snowfall linger into Wednesday morning with some flurries in the forecast, minus 2, and a low of minus 6. Thursday, plus 2 with a mix of sun and clouds. Your guaranteed high, 0.
680 News Time, 1:43.
Now the IG Private Wealth Management Market Minute over to the Business Center and Phil Martino.
Charlene, U.S. stocks are moving up after U.S. lawmakers reached a tentative deal to avoid another government shutdown. The Dow is up by 379 points to 25,432. The S&P is up by 34 to 2,744. The Nasdaq up by 101 to 7,409. Now on Bay Street's getting a lift from the healthcare sector, which is leading the gains, up 2%. The big marijuana companies are in that sector. Canopy Growth up by 3%. Aurora Cannabis up by 2%. Afria up by 8%. The TSX is on the plus side by 83 to 15,652. Oil is up $1.22 to $53.63 a barrel. Gold is up $2.50 to $1,314. And the Canadian dollar is up 36 100ths to 75.54 cents U.S. At the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
At IG Private Wealth Management, they understand your more complex needs. Enhance your financial well-being with a truly synchronized plan. Welcome change at igprivatewealth.com.
Hi, I'm Maureen Holloway, and by my watch, it's time to Toyota. Time to live today like it's the best day. Time to take life by the steering wheel. And at Don Valley North Toyota, time to lease or finance select 2019s from as low as 0.49%. Plus, time to get cash incentives up to $8,000 on select 2018s. So, yeah, it's a pretty good time. At Don Valley North Toyota. Steele's just east of the 404.
It's cold outside, but your chances of winning big are heating up. On February 16th, the Lotto 649 Super Draw is here. Every ticket gives you a chance at 25 guaranteed prizes of $100,000. Plus, there's the guaranteed $1 million prize and the jackpot. So don't miss out on Saturday, February 16th and get your tickets for the Lotto 649 Super Draw. Because with so many guaranteed prizes plus the jackpot, somebody's going to win. It could be you.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
Ice pellets -4, wind chill -14. Good afternoon. I'm Charlene Close.
And I'm Steve Roberts. Here are the top stories right now.
A winter storm warning covering most of the GTA, leading to hundreds of cancellations. We'll have an update from the 680 News Extreme Weather Center at 2 o'clock. If you don't think your vehicle can make it up a hill, it probably can't. Park Road and Rosedale Valley Road, for example, cars are sliding backwards. Toronto police ID the woman who tosses a patio chair off a downtown condo balcony. They're giving her a chance to turn herself in before they give us her name. And Veteran Affairs Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould has quit the Trudeau cabinet. Now 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Andrew Nye.
Charlene, Mike Babcock has tweaked his lineup at the morning skate in Denver. Connor Brown and Andreas Janssen have switched spots. So Janssen to the Kadri line with William Nylander, Brown to the fourth line. Freddie Anderson will start tonight as the Leafs try to hand the Avalanche an 8th straight loss. Face-off set for 9. Trade in the NHL, the New York Rangers have acquired a 7th-round pick in 2020 from the Vancouver Canucks in exchange for Czech goaltender Marek Mazanec. Tonight on Sportsnet at 7, Blackhawks will look for their 8th consecutive win when they battle the Bruins in Boston. Today, Boston learning they'll be without leading scorer David Pastrnak for at least 2 weeks following surgery on an injured left thumb. He fell, leaving a sponsorship dinner Sunday night and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. When Jeremy Lin steps onto the court as a Toronto Raptor, what should you expect? Here's Doug Smith.
He's a serviceable backup, third backcourt kind of guy. He'll fit really well, I think, playing alongside Lowry like Van Vliet did until Van Vliet gets back. And then he becomes the DeLon Wright, where he gets those minutes at the 1 and the 2. He's really good in pick and roll. And he's creative enough with the ball, but he can create shots for other guys.
Raptors are home to the Washington Wizards tomorrow. And done deal, 2017 CFL Most Outstanding Player quarterback Mike Riley has signed a 4-year, $2.9 million deal with the BC Lions. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour, anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
680 News Time, 148.
This winter, Nissan wants to help you stay safe with intelligent all-wheel drive. And during the Intelligent All-Wheel Drive sales event, get up to $1,000 all-wheel drive cash on select Nissan models. With amazing handling and incredible offers, get into a new Qashqai, Rogue, Murano, or Pathfinder during the Intelligent All-Wheel Drive sales event. Visit choosenissan.ca or your Nissan dealer. Conditions apply.
Wings over the city, wings over the water, wings over Lake House, wings to your future, wings over the city, wings over the water.
Lake House, Lakefront Residences, luxury waterfront condo living on Lake Simcoe in Barrie. Are you ready? Register now at lakehouse.ca. That's LAKHOUSE.ca.
680 News Time, 149.
Jody Wilson-Raybould has quit as Veterans Affairs Minister. Here's 680's Parliament Hill reporter Cormac McSweeney.
Jody Wilson-Raybould told the Prime Minister last night she is quitting cabinet, and this morning submitted her resignation letter, which doesn't give a specific reason for her stepping down. But Maclean's Ottawa Bureau Chief John Geddes tells me this is a big move in the wake of the SNC-Lavalin affair.
It's a giant development, obviously, in the story. It pretty much puts to rest the idea that somehow there wasn't anything to see here. Obviously, Wilson-Raybould thinks there's something to see here.
In fact, Wilson-Raybould has hired legal counsel to advise her on what she can and can't say after a Globe and Mail report alleges the Prime Minister's office tried to pressure her during her time as Justice Minister to help SNC-Lavalin avoid criminal prosecution. The Prime Minister has denied the allegations and is scheduled to speak with reporters later today. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
In New York, notorious Mexican drug lord El Chapo has been found guilty on all charges in an international drug trafficking trial. He was convicted on all 10 counts that are likely to put him behind bars for the rest of his life. He'll be sentenced on June 25th.
680 News Time, 1:50.
Bohemian Rhapsody is finally here on Blu-ray.
Mamma mia, mamma mia. Mamma mia, let me go.
How's that?
Give it more rock and roll.
Now nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Actor.
Live Aid. There's going to be 1 billion people watching.
Experience the full Live Aid movie performance, not seen in theaters. It's guaranteed to blow your mind. Get Bohemian Rhapsody now on Blu-ray and digital. Watch it again and again. Rated PG-13. Bonus features not rated.
RedTag.ca. Escape the winter cold with RedTag.ca hot vacation deals. From last-minute getaways where you can save up to 50% off to trips planned out months in advance using RedTag.ca's lowest price calendar. Plus, now get Air Miles reward miles on all vacation packages, including European packages. More rewards, more savings. Plan your perfect trip today at RedTag.ca or call 1-866-5-REDTAG. Certain restrictions apply. RedTag.ca.
680 News Time, 1:51.
Time for traffic and weather together. Carrie Prunskis.
This report is brought to you by Carlton Cards. Well, it was 2 reports ago that I was asking for truck drivers to take it a little extra slow today because of these poor conditions. And with that, we have a jackknife tractor trailer now southbound on the 400 just south of Finch, and it looks like all lanes are currently blocked right now. Emergency crews, they're on the scene. Now, southbound 400 getting really jammed up from the 407, and it looks like south of Finch, absolutely no traffic is getting through. So it heads up on that. Eastbound on the 401, problems approaching Dixon Martin Grove. They thankfully cleared away pretty quickly, but it is backed up from approaching the 427 in the Express. And then we have new problems eastbound 401 just east of McCowan in the Express. A left lane block there. That's because of a collision. Also seeing delays on the eastbound 401 from McCowan to Markham Road in the collectors. We had some reports of vehicles that were spun out. Southbound on the Don Valley Parkway, right now not too bad. They did reopen the ramp to westbound Lawrence recently. It was closed because of icy conditions. You're going to find a lot of icy conditions around the GTA, especially on ramps and pretty much anywhere that there's a hill. A lot of vehicles are sliding down hills or struggling to get up them. It's just an awful, awful drive. So I would avoid any non-essential travel. Right now, the Gardner just seeing delays westbound from about Rogers Center to west of Jameson. Eastbound traffic getting bunched up as you get closer to the downtown core. Carlton Cards helps you express just the right words to show your kind of love. Send Valentine love and save $2 with a coupon at carltoncards.ca. Available at Loblaw stores, Metro, and Shoppers Drug Mart. And now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Yeah, well, it really is a mess out there. Ice pellets downtown in Brampton, but we're still seeing some pockets of snow in Markham and then on and off in Oakville, kind of transitioning. The weather is it's very intense and it's really impactful today because we've got these really gusty winds too, and we're seeing so many different types of precipitation popping up on the radar. It's tracking west to east. We still have this light snow at Pearson and a gusty wind out of the east up to 55 kilometers an hour. Temperatures are going to climb in the next couple of hours. They'll continue with that trend, but we'll continue with the active weather really through the evening commute. It may be a little lighter, but the damage will have already been done. And with some of this freezing precipitation, it's so difficult to clear the roads. You can't clear them. You have to treat them. So it's almost worse than the heavy snow that we were seeing earlier. -3 through the overnight. Flurries for Wednesday on and off -2. Nothing too significant in terms of accumulations. -6 for Wednesday night. And then a quiet day on Thursday. Sun and cloud, highs near 2 degrees. Friday, it looks like we'll get into some mixed precipitation as another system barrels through. Highs near +2. Light snow and -3 at Pearson feels like -12. Ice pellets downtown Toronto. Your guaranteed high 0.
680 News Time, 154.
So this is your very first day on a 1-800-GOT-JUNK truck team.
I'm really excited. Of course you are. This is a great job.
So tell me what you've learned.
Always make things easy for the customer.
And what do we tell people?
All you have to do is point. And whatever you're pointing at will disappear. We're just some cheerful guys who make your life happier. And isn't that what you want?
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Extreme weather season in Toronto
is here.
Count on your weather experts and the 680 News Extreme Weather Center for all the latest updates on the storm.
And how to stay safe.
Road conditions, school cancellations, and the latest weather updates.
When you need to know, the 680 News Extreme Weather Center has you covered.
Brought to you by OFX, where the world's moving, and Subaru, confidence in motion.
Exclusively on 680 News
and 680news.com.
Tentative deal to avoid another U.S. government shutdown is helping to move the markets up. Phil Martino standing by in the Business Center.
680 News Time, 155.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.ca/Canada. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. It's the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.ca/Canada. That's ziprecruiter.ca/CANADA. ziprecruiter.ca/Canada.
680 News Time, 156.
Time for the 680 News Business Report, brought to you by Quest Trade. And here is Phil Martino.
Charlene, Stats Canada says it's working with the United States Census Bureau and plans to release the delayed December merchandise trade data on March the 6th. The data had been scheduled to be released on Feb 5th, but was delayed due to the U.S. government shutdown. Stats Canada, which uses U.S. import data to measure Canadian exports to the U.S., says the release of the trade data for January that was scheduled for March 7th will also be delayed, and that subsequent months will likely be affected as well. U.S. stocks moving up. They've been moving up all day. This after U.S. lawmakers reached a tentative agreement to avoid another government shutdown. The Dow up by 400 points to 25,453. The S&P is up by 36 to 2,746. The Nasdaq up by 105 to 7,413. Bay Street's getting a lift from the healthcare sector. The TSX is up by 80 points to 15,649. Oil is up $1.21 to $53.62 a barrel. Gold up $2.50 to $1,314. The Canadian dollar up 35 100ths to 75.53 cents U.S. Katy Perry's fashion line has pulled two types of shoes after some people compared them to blackface. The Aura Face block heel and Rue Face slip-on loafers were released last summer in 9 different colors. They included protruding eyes, nose, and red lips. In a statement released today by the singer and company, they say the shoes were envisioned as a nod to modern art and surrealism. At the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
And we're all set.
Okay.
Hey, before you go, have you thought about your RRSPs?
I'm already investing. With Quest Trade.
Online?
Yeah, I do everything online. It's way easier. And this way I won't lose my returns to high fees.
But James, your parents have been investing with us for decades.
Yeah, but times have changed.
It's time to switch. Retire wealthier with a Quest Trade RRSP. Visit questtrade.com to learn how.
While some try to predict the future of the automobile, Cadillac is busy creating it. Until February 28th, eligible Costco members receive preferred pricing on select new 2019 Cadillac SUVs, plus a $500 Costco cash card. Must be a member since January 4th, 2019 or earlier. Conditions apply. Visit CostcoAuto.ca/GM or your Cadillac dealer today. Your Cadillac is waiting.
Now, 680 News regional weather conditions for Perfect Probiotics. Probiotics are not one size fits all. Perfect Probiotics are proven to help support gastrointestinal health. Learn more about Perfect Probiotics on your Natural Health Minute.
In Brampton, ice pellets -4. Heavy snow is falling in Milton, where it's -2. Uxbridge, heavy snow -7. Freezing rain now in Brantford. It's -2. Downtown Toronto, ice pellets -4. The wind chill -14. 680 News Time, 2 o'clock.
Number 1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Here are Steve Roberts and Charlene Close.
Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, the 12th of February.
Here's what's making news right now.
Already hundreds of flights canceled at Pearson Airport, and the TTC reminding passengers to give themselves extra time. The 680 News Extreme Weather Center is open.
This latest hit of winter has drivers on the 401 coping as best they can.
Stay in the slow lane. Don't worry about it. We're not in that much of a hurry.
A winter storm warning is in effect.
It's another snowy, slippery, blustery day out there on the sidewalks, but it's all about how you look at it.
It's not too bad. Used to it. Canadian.
Be that as it may, some people are done with this weather.
Toronto police have identified the woman at a center of a mischief endangering life investigation, seen throwing a chair from a high-rise condo, almost landing on the gardener.
Maple Leafs in the Mile High City for a late one tonight against the Avalanche, and Antonio Brown officially hands in a trade request. Sports at 15.
U.S. stocks are moving up after lawmakers reach a tentative deal to avoid another government shutdown. The Dow up by 400, the TSX up by 79, business at 26.
680 News Time, 2:01.
And now time for traffic and weather together on the ones. And with Toronto's most frequent traffic reports, a very busy Carrie Prunskas.
This report is brought to you by Audi Queensway. Indeed, we have ongoing problems southbound on the 400, just south of Finch. A jackknife tractor trailer. It looks like 4 left lanes are blocked, so traffic is just squeezing through using that right lane. In the meantime, the southbound 400, it is getting really jammed now from just south of the 407 to south of Finch. So consider an alternate route. Reconsider plans to even venture out onto those roadways. If you have to, make sure that your full headlighting system is on and just take it very, very slowly. Be extra cautious, especially on ramps and anywhere that there's a hill. We've had numerous vehicles slipping and sliding all over the place. That said, we have a couple of issues right now on the eastbound 401. Approaching Guelph line, a left lane is blocked there with a collision, so that's causing a backup. And then another crash eastbound 401 east of McCowan in the Express. In that case, the left lane is closed there, so it's still going from about Markham Road to east of McCowan, both Express and Collectors through that stretch. Conquer the weather with a 2019 Audi A4. Lease from 3.9%, plus get a 5-year, 80,000-kilometer no-charge maintenance package at AudiQueensway.ca. Your next traffic report is at 2:11. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andreacci.
The weather is so active out there. We've got wind warnings now in through the Niagara, St. Catharines area. We've heard about these icy conditions on the QE40 rebound for most of the morning and afternoon. So it continues because it's more of a freezing rain story once you get past Hamilton. Hamilton's seeing the freezing rain now, but it started off as some snow. But what we're going to see is that trend continuing to get into more icy precipitation here into the GTA. All these areas that are under winter storm warnings that started off with the snow and the wind, now getting into more of ice pellets and freezing precipitation mixed in with that. The light freezing rain is pretty widespread through southwestern Ontario, and we're just getting a little bit more of that now here in the GTA. Temperatures climbing to near zero. That's our guaranteed high for today, but it's not happening until a little later. Already at -3 at Pearson Airport, and we're sitting at, let me just check the temperature for the downtown core right now, -3 with the ice pellets, but it still feels like -12, and that's just because the winds out of the east are so strong. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hear about more power outages as we start to get into maybe some ice accretion, and then with those strong winds as well. Temperatures overnight near -3. Tomorrow, chance of some flurries, maybe a centimeter, and highs near -2. Your guaranteed high today, 0.
680 News Time, 2:04.
Definitely been one of those days out there. Snow, ice pellets, freezing rain, strong winds. Denise mentioned it all, and we haven't even started the afternoon rush hour yet. Well, because of it all, the 680 News Extreme Weather Center is wide open for business.
And 680's Irene Precklett, incredibly busy. With all the latest weather-related issues, Irene?
Charlene, it's the winter that keeps giving and giving and giving. The Extreme Weather Center is brought to you by DriversFirst.ca, operated by Arthur J. Gallagher Canada Limited, and Air Transat. Vacation is calling. Visit airtransat.com. Okay, so City of Toronto joining Durham Region and closing all non-essential city services. Among those closures, the Toronto Public Libraries, they're closing. Canada Post issuing a yellow alert for the GTA. Basically, that means they'll try their best to deliver, but there might be delays. The message is clear for many. If you don't have to be out on the road, stay off them. Many, of course, looking to transit to get around. TTC spokesperson Haley Waldman says their drivers can only travel as fast as the rest of traffic.
Please allow for extra time as the weather continues to get worse. We're absolutely doing the best we can to maintain service as best as the weather allows.
So far, Line 3 still open. Some bus routes being rerouted because of the weather. Among the many post-secondary closures, the University of Toronto, Mississauga, and Scarborough campuses. The downtown campus is closing at 4. Ryerson University, York University, Humber College, all closed. Basically, if you had plans for tonight, whether it be a swimming class or night school, call ahead because there is a good chance it's been canceled. Pearson Airport reporting well over 450 flight cancellations. Reporting live, Irene Precklett, 680 News.
680 News Time, 2:05, and definitely will be a slow one on all the major highways. As you've been hearing in our traffic reports with Carrie today, it has been one of those days. You are not going to get very far today, and 680's Mark Douglas not getting far either on the 401 in the Cambridge area. Mark?
And Steve, that's right. The snow and the wind have been bad enough all day, but now it's getting a bit warmer and the rain is starting to take over out here. And that means freezing rain is a danger now anywhere in this storm system. And as we hear from OPP Carrie Schmidt, Sergeant Carrie Schmidt, this was already a nasty enough winter storm.
And I'm getting hit right now with freezing ice pellets that are pelting me right now in my face. It is not comfortable at all. They're hitting the windshield as you're driving. It is really an ugly situation.
Sergeant Schmidt was checking in from the Burlington Skyway there, but it's been the same treacherous weather all around the area highways. This driver tells me he made it through a few slippery situations.
Any abrupt stop, you can definitely feel the car sliding a bit forward.
Now, in Toronto itself now, we're hearing about hills that have become so slippery the cars cannot get up to the top. This truck driver has some good advice for any driver out on any roadway right now.
Stay in the slow lane. Don't worry about it. We're not in that much of a hurry.
And Sergeant Schmidt reminding all drivers to get their full headlight systems on. On the 401, I'm Mark Douglas.
680 News Time, 2:07.
We continue our coverage of all things snow with 680's Moment Qureshi.
I'm seeing people walking with their heads down, leaning into the gusting winds which are dominating the downtown streets. But even so, I spotted Cody. No hat, no gloves, no jacket.
I'm from Nova Scotia, so I'm quite used to the snow. And I'm just coming out for a quick second, so I don't mind it too much. I'm also a snowboarder, so I live for the cold.
So this is your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I love the snow.
Now, while some people have had it with this weather, Jamie is not one of them, telling me he loves it.
Well, I think so. You got to make the best of it. Being crusty and mad is not going to make it any better. So, just do the best and carry on.
Now, that's about as Canadian an attitude as you can possibly have. On the streets of downtown, I'm Moment Qureshi.
680 News Time, 2:08. Well, it doesn't take long to put a name to a face, especially when millions of people have started to see you on video tossing a patio chair over a condo balcony downtown. Here's 680's Melissa Nakavali.
Toronto police say they have found the young blonde woman at the center of a mischief endangering life investigation after a video of her tossing a chair narrowly missing the Gardner Expressway went viral. Media Relations Officer David Hopkinson says he can just confirm police know who she is, but they are giving her a chance to turn herself in before releasing her name.
I believe they've been in contact with her or her representative. We're in the midst of trying to get her to surrender, giving her an opportunity to speak to a lawyer.
Police would not get into any details about her age or where she's from. What they did say is they are thanking the public for their assistance in helping them figure out who she is. I'm Melissa Nakavali.
This new segment brought to you today by the Islands of the Bahamas, where we would all like to be right about now. Right, Charlene?
I'm pretty sure it would be better in the Bahamas.
Exactly. On the way in 30 seconds, we'll have a check on your city streets, and we'll let you know if there's going to be any change for the price of gas tonight.
680 News Time, 2:09.
It's better in the Bahamas.
turquoise water everywhere, the Exumas is an exotic collection of quaint, unspoiled islands and keys. Footprint-free beaches and exclusive resorts make this tropical paradise an absolute gem. Escape to the Exumas this winter with non-stop flights from Toronto. Call your travel agent or book your escape at aircanadavacations.com/Bahamas.
Checking city streets, police are asking you to avoid the intersection of Rosedale Valley Road and Park. We've got a lot of vehicles that are sliding downhill and just cannot get up, so avoid that area and expect some lane restrictions at Lakeshore and York, and that is because of some falling glass. Now the 680 News gas price update. Enpro says the price of gas will drop a cent at midnight to 97.9.
680 News Time, 2:10.
The Washington Post calls it one of the most remarkable shows in musical theater history. The winner of 6 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, is Dear Evan Hansen.
On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. Waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear. Watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me?
Dear Evan Hansen begins March 5th at the Royal Alexandra Theatre. Visit Mirvish.com for your tickets today.
680 News Time, 2:11.
And now time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carrie Prenskus.
This report is brought to you by Serpa Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram SRT. Southbound on the 400, we still have this jackknife tractor trailer south of Finch, and 4 left lanes are blocked, so traffic is just getting by using that right lane. In the meantime, the southbound 400, very heavy from just south of the 407 to south of Finch. And a lot of jackknife tractor trailers or just stalled out tractor trailers. One of them westbound on the 401, just west of Islington in the Express. 2 right lanes are now blocked because of that. So the westbound 401 getting jammed up from the 400 in the Express to west of Islington. And traffic spotters reporting another jackknife tractor trailer westbound 401 approaching Highway 6 north. And only the shoulder is getting through in that case. So expect delays there as well. Eastbound on the 401 east of Highway 6 south, 2 right lanes are closed by emergency crews. They're hauling a tractor trailer out of that ditch. Oh, just use extra caution if you must go out on the roadways, and especially if you are a truck driver, please take it much more slowly. Eastbound on the 401 on the ramp to Warden, that's partially blocked because of a stalled vehicle, and a collision eastbound 401 just east of McCowan in the Express. That's blocking the left lane, and it's a slow go eastbound 401 from about McCowan to Markham Road, both express and collectors. The 4x4 winter event is on now at Serpa Jeep. Get up to 15% off MSRP on Jeep Cherokee and Grand Cherokee models. Visit serpachrysler.ca. Your next traffic report is at 2:21. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Well, and this active weather really doesn't start to ease until after the evening commute home. And just ahead of it now is when we're starting to see this freezing rain really seep into the GTA a bit more widespread. It's just terrible timing. And snow is one thing to navigate through, but freezing rain is a whole nother beast. And it's so getting slick out there. And with these winds, too, I mean, we could definitely see more power outages. We've already been hearing in the traffic reports with Carrie of some traffic lights out. So this is now when things get even more trickier to navigate, because we're starting to see some of this freezing precipitation, which is really hard to detect on top of the already snow-covered roads. Pearson right now, it still feels like -10, but the freezing rain has started there. Tonight, we'll continue to see just varying types of precipitation. Again, after the commute later tonight is when we start to see things kind of break up and ease. But even as it does, different pockets of the GTA and the southwestern tier of the province getting into just still different types of precipitation. Temperatures hover overnight tonight near -3, flurries and -2 for Wednesday. Thursday, that's what I'm looking forward to. A mix of sun and cloud and +2 above the seasonal average. But by Thursday night, more snowfall is in the forecast. -3 right now with a gusty wind out of the east. Your guaranteed high 0.
680 News Time, 2:14.
And now time for the IG Private Wealth Management Market Minute. Off to the Business Center now. Phil Martino. Phil.
Steve, it's been a pretty good day for the North American markets. U.S. stocks are gaining after U.S. lawmakers reached a tentative deal to avoid another government shutdown. The Dow up by 378 points to 25,432. The S&P is up by 37 to 2,747. The NASDAQ up by 104 to 7,412. On Bay Street, it's the banks and healthcare sectors leading the gains. And in that healthcare sector, we have those big marijuana companies. Canopy Growth up by almost 3%. Aurora Cannabis up by almost 2%. And Aphria up by 7%. The TSX is up by 77 to 15,646. Oil is up 97 cents to $53.37 a barrel. Gold is up $2.40 to $1,314. And the Canadian dollar up 35 100ths to 75.53 cents U.S. at the Business Center. I'm Phil Martino.
At IG Private Wealth Management, they understand your more complex needs. Enhance your financial well-being with a truly synchronized plan. Welcome change at igprivatewealth.com.
Artificial intelligence. Fact or fiction? 42% of jobs will be affected by AI in the coming decade. Is your business ready? Introducing Joey AI. Joey removes the fear of transitioning your business from traditional to digital. For a presentation of what Joey can do for your company, contact him online at joeyai.com. Joey AI. Welcome to the machine.
The Rolling Stones. No Filter. Canada rocks. Saturday, June 29th, Burnells Creek Event Grounds. The world's greatest rock and roll band in their only Canadian show. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.ca. Produced by Republic Live and Concerts West. The Stones. Get tickets Friday.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
-2 downtown with some light freezing rain, feeling like -11 when you factor in the wind. Good afternoon. I'm Steve Roberts.
I'm Charlene Close. Here are the top stories right now.
The 680 News Extreme Weather Center remains open in this winter storm warning still in effect for Toronto and the GTA. You can expect it will be a slow ride home no matter where you are across the region. And Toronto police say they have identified the woman who tossed at least one patio chair off a balcony at a downtown high-rise. They have not publicly named her, but are urging her to contact a lawyer and turn herself in. And now time for 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Quite glad you made it in today, Alex Sixero.
I gave myself a little bit of time. Good 90-minute drive from out west, but all good. All good. The snow changed to, I don't know if it was ice pellets or a freezing rain, but 30 the whole way, no accidents. It was good. So we're here.
Either way, you made it safe, and
yes,
that's all that counts.
And hope all of you listening are driving safe for those on the roads this afternoon. Good afternoon. Denver is top 3 on the Leafs 6-game road swing, where the Avalanche have the worst home penalty-killing unit in the NHL. Leafs just won for their last 18 with the man advantage, and they'll try to hand the Avs an 8th straight defeat. Andreas Janssen has been bumped up to the 3rd line with Kadri and Nylander face off at 9. Meanwhile, a slip and fall has landed David Pastrnak on the shelf. The Bruins forward needed surgery on his thumb and will be checked out in 2 weeks. NBA doubleheader on Sportsnet 1. It's a good one tonight. Sixers Celtics at 8, then Utah Golden State. Raptors host Washington tomorrow. NBA says they've looked into Magic Johnson's comments about Phillies' Ben Simmons and found no evidence of tampering. Adam Schefter reporting Antonio Brown has officially requested a trade out of Pittsburgh. While it is a CFL free agency, it looks like Trevor Harris is signed with the Eskimos on a 2-year deal. Mike Riley going to BC on a 4-year deal. And it's the Champions League round of 16. 2 matches today. Manchester United will host PSG in leg 1, while Roma takes on FC Porto. Both kickoffs coming up at 2:45. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour, or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
If you need to borrow money, your credit score is kind of funky. Credit consolidation, graduation, home renovation, it's up to you. When you need to borrow money, the bills are in, you need a bit more. Prudent Financial
Financial has been lending money since 1984.
PrudentFinancial.net. Same-day lower credit score loans at great rates.
PrudentFinancial.net.
There's a magical place for brand new mattresses, big and small. It's Sleep Country's year-end model sale, so come one, come all. It's your last chance to get an amazing deal on select 2018 mattress models. Plus, get a Hot by Sealy Pillow Top gel-infused queen mattress for just $4.99.
Did you just make that up?
Nope, true story. An incredible true story. And it ends soon at Sleep Country. All for sleep.
You're listening to 680 News. It's 2:19. Jody Wilson-Raybould now resigning as Veterans Affairs Minister and quitting the Trudeau cabinet.
It's a stunning twist to this major story. Jody Wilson-Raybould has posted her resignation letter on her website, which doesn't give a reason for her quitting, but does note she's hired a former Supreme Court justice to give her legal advice on what she can and can't say about the ongoing SNC-Lavalin affair. The Globe and Mail reports the Prime Minister's office tried to pressure Wilson-Raybould as Justice Minister to cut a deal with the engineering firm. Maclean's Ottawa Bureau Chief John Geddes tells me the resignation is bad news for the Trudeau government.
Could be very damaging. Of course, it looks like there was some kind of dark skullduggery behind the scenes that led to a cabinet minister deciding to quit.
The Prime Minister has denied the allegations, but the Ethics Commissioner is investigating. Defence Minister Harjit Sajjan takes over Veterans Affairs temporarily. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
On the way in 60 seconds, we'll have a look at traffic along with your extended forecast.
680 News Time, 2:20.
This season, navigate through the Canadian winter in an AJAC award-winning Mazda. The Mazda CX-5, the best midsize utility vehicle in Canada for 2019. Or the Mazda CX-9, the best large utility vehicle in Canada for 2019. Experience it for yourself during Mazda's Winter Drive event. Get 0% purchase financing on select models or up to a $1,000 iActive all-wheel drive credit on select new Mazdas. Visit your Mazda dealer or Mazda.ca for details.
Are you hiring now or will have a job opening soon? We can help. Check out the Next Steps Employment Centers at next-steps.ca. It's where qualified candidates go to look for their next job. We offer free recruitment services, and you may qualify for financial incentives. And have you heard? Through the Canada-Ontario Job Grant, you could be eligible to receive up to $10,000 per employee in government support to cover training costs. Learn more at next-steps.ca. That's next-steps.ca. Next Steps Employment Centers are funded by Employment Ontario.
680 News Time, 2:21.
Now time for traffic and weather together on the ones with Toronto's most frequent traffic reports. Quiet day out there, Carrie Princess?
Oh, yeah, it's just a blast over here. Super fun and easygoing day. No, not at all, not at all. This traffic report is brought to you by Carlton Cards. We have a lot of problems on the go. I'll start out with the southbound 400, south of Finch. 4 left lanes are blocked, and this is because of a jackknife tractor trailer. You'll find a backup right now southbound 400 from Steeles to south of Finch. And then westbound on the 401, just west of Islington and the Express, 2 right lanes are blocked. That's because of a spun-out tractor trailer. So that backup starts as you're approaching the 400 in the Express. The collectors are moving much better through there. And westbound 401 approaching Highway 6 North. All lanes are blocked because of a jackknife tractor trailer. Last I spoke with traffic spotters, drivers were still able to get by using the shoulder, but of course a delay westbound 401 as you approach Highway 6 South towards Highway 6 North. And another tractor trailer in trouble eastbound on the 401 just east of Highway 6 South. Apparently that one, it went into the ditch, so emergency crews have the 2 right lanes closed to deal with that. Does look like problems eastbound 401 east of McCowan and the Express have cleared away. It's still a bit busy though from about Brimley over towards Markham Road in the Express and collectors on the eastbound 401. We also had some spun out vehicles reported in the collectors around Markham Road. Looks like snowplows are making their way northbound on the Don Valley Parkway. I just saw them go by towards Spanbridge, so that's the reason for that slowdown from Baby Bloor. Carlton Cards helps you express just the right words to show your kind of love. Send Valentine love and save $2 with a coupon at carltoncards.ca. Available at Loblaw stores, Metro, and Shoppers Drug Mart. And now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
-2 downtown feels like -11 with the light freezing rain. We're going to continue now with the freezing precipitation through the drive home. It's already a mess, so I'm not even sure if leaving work early will help you out here. It's you might want to stay and hold out until we get out of this freezing mixed wet weather. Gusts of wind are still very strong through the rest of the afternoon and this evening. Temperatures are on the rise even more so, and will continue to hover near the freezing mark through the late evening. Overnight, we'll likely transition back to more of a snow story, with the winds shifting direction too, coming out of the southwest, and still very gusty tomorrow. Flurries by the afternoon tomorrow. But we're still looking at some active weather, maybe another centimeter accumulating through tomorrow morning and early afternoon. Highs near -2 for your Wednesday. Thursday, a more pleasant day, very quiet, mix of sun and cloud, highs near +2. But by Thursday night, back into the active weather, and then widespread mixed precipitation for Friday as temperatures look to climb near +2 with the system pushing through. Your guaranteed high today, 0.
And coming up at the bottom of the hour, the 680 News Extreme Weather Center is open with the winter storm warning still in effect. It certainly is going to be a very busy, a very slow, and kind of a painful drive for a lot of you out there. 680 News Time, 2:24.
Imagine buying a t-shirt but having to pay extra for the neck hole, or buying a toothbrush and paying extra for the bristles. So why do most car companies charge you extra for safety features? At Toyota, we believe safety should be standard. That's why Toyota Safety Sense comes at no extra cost on models like the 2018 RAV4. Lease one for as low as $68 weekly at 0.99% APR for 48 months with $3,500 down. It's time to Toyota. Visit getyourtoyota.ca or your local Ontario Toyota dealer. Some conditions apply.
This new segment brought to you today by Cold Drops. Toronto police have charged 2 men in connection with a homicide from nearly 2 years ago. Happened on March the 16th back in 2017 in the parking lot of Alvin Curling Public School in Scarborough. 21-year-old Dylan Greenaway of Toronto was pronounced dead at the scene. Police now arresting 2 20-year-old men from the Toronto area yesterday. Both are charged with first-degree murder. Well, coming up in 60 seconds, Phil Martino standing by at the Business Center, where New Jersey has become the first state to take illegal bets on the Oscars. 680 News Time, 2:25.
There are lots of ways to treat your cold symptoms. You can carry around a spoon and syrup, or try alternative methods. How about those lozenges? Why not drop all that for a new way? Cold Drops. Just one drop with a naturally sourced ingredient for temporary symptom relief of cough, sore throat, and nasal congestion.
Relief with just one drop. Cold Drops.
Be prepared and order online at colddrops.com. This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the label.
Are you a small business looking to hire young people who are 15 to 29? Looking for a way to offset the cost of onboarding and training your staff? Hire through the Employing Young Talent Incentive, and you can receive up to $2,000 for each youth you hire. The TCET employment staff have a range of hiring incentives and training options to help you. Register today at tcet.com/EYTI. That's tcet.com/EYTI. Services are coordinated by Centre for Education and Training and funded by Employment Ontario.
680 News Time, 2:26. Now time for the 680 News Business Report. Off to the Business Center now. Phil Martino. Phil.
Steve, Loblaw announced today that it's launching a new Ontario brewed lager under its private no-name brand, known for its bright yellow and black packaging. A 6-pack of no-name beer will be sold for $10.45 at select LCBO stores and at lcbo.com this month. For its launch, a no-name 6-pack will be part of Ontario Premier Doug Ford's Buck a Beer program and sold for $6.60, including deposit during the province's upcoming Family Day long weekend. How sure are you that Lady Gaga will win an Oscar for her performance in A Star is Born? Are you willing to bet on it? Now you can. New Jersey sportsbooks have become the first in the U.S. to accept wagers on the Oscars after earning state regulatory approval. The casinos see it as an opportunity to widen their pool of customers. Sportsbooks in Nevada have never taken wagers on the event. The ceremony is scheduled for February 24th. U.S. stocks are gaining after U.S. lawmakers reached a tentative deal to avoid another government shutdown. The Dow is up by 378 to 25,432. The S&P is up by 36 to 2,746. The Nasdaq up by 107 to 7,415. On Bay Street, it is the health sector that continues to lead the gains. The TSX up by 70 to 15,639. Oil is up 80 cents to $53.21 a barrel. Gold is up $2.30 to $1,314, and the Canadian dollar is up 33/100 to 75.51 cents U.S. At the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
Custom logo white T-shirts, 50% off. Yes, 50. I'm Jazz Brar.
president of Entropy.com, and our great Canadian white t-shirt sale is on now. Get 50% off our Fruit of the Loom white tee and watch your business logo come to life with custom printed or embroidered t-shirts. And as always, your order will be ready in just 5 business days. Check out Entropy.com. That's ENTRIPY.com. Sale ends February 28th.
Done with winter and need an escape? Now is the best time to take advantage of our Seize the Sun sale with savings of up to 40% on vacation packages to top-rated resorts. Choose to vacation better with our best price guarantee and award-winning service every step of the way. Premium vacations are going fast, so book by February 15th with your travel agent or
It's time for the 680 News Business Traveler